Hey guys, this is a follow-up to the How to Powerlevel video series. In this video, we're going to go over the hell difficulty with the invite ad. We're also going to do this from the number 3 position perspective. So this will help round out if you're trying to build a team on how to powerlevel. It will also give you a safer way to do it in hell mode. In this example, we're doing it in hardcore mode, so even more reason to try to be safe. So we're just starting a fresh cycle right now. Our level 60 Duck has cleared the boss, so none of us were in his game when he cleared it, and as soon as he's finished, he invites us all to his game. Remember, I'm in the number 3 position, so this is one of the worst positions to be in from an experience standpoint. You get the least from this position, but it is required in order for the number 1 position to maximize their own. So I actually missed taking his flag, but in the number 3 position, your job is to get the stone and hold the game. So I'm number 3, I have to go get the stone. These guys are waiting for me to get it. Once I've canceled the sequence, number 1 and number 2 leave, and I have to sit here and hold the game. So an important thing to note, you'll see that the level 60 left before I grab the stone. And what that allows is the level 60 to create a new game where the stone is still unfarmed, and then from there we can get another set of experience. But basically we've grabbed the stone, and now if you click on Adria, the quest is complete and you get the experience. So number 1 and number 2 have created their own games. Number 1 will eventually join number 2, so they will get 2 experience quests, and then they will join this game to pull this one in. So I'm just waiting for them. They're about to come in right now. So they're both the players. Now what I want to do as number 3 is leave. So if I hit resume, the quest has still not been completed, and they can complete that quest that I was in and then join this game and complete this quest as well. So in total, the number 1 position will have cleared the quest 4 times by the time they bring my game in. So this is the only time. So I've only completed once, but they've completed 4 times. So it's very good for the first position. But anyway, we're still not even halfway through. Now we're going to go ahead and join the level 60's game. And remember, he left the game before we harvested the stone. So now when we join his game, the stone is still unharvested. So he's sitting there right now just waiting for us to join so that he can grab it. So we're waiting right now. You watch the chat to see when the sequence is canceled. So he's in the chamber right now, just probably slightly AFK because he has been sitting here waiting for us. So sometimes you just look at your other screen or whatever the case may be. Ideally, you guys are all on the ball. You're watching to do this as fast as possible. Some guys who, basically lose their hardcore characters at level 60 at a frequent basis, oftentimes will just power level to get back into their same position as quickly as possible. And I've heard stories of some of those guys getting to level 60 in like 3 hours, and I believe it. So either way, he's canceled the sequence. So now Adria is ready to give us our experience. So in this case, all 3 of us leave and create our own games while the level 60 stays in that one. So as I'm the number 3 position, I have to wait for number 1 to first complete his own quest, and then join number 2's game, complete that quest, and then both number 1 and number 2 will join my game. So I have to sit here and wait patiently for them to complete that and then join my game. If you're watching this video for the first time, I would definitely recommend you watch the first one. I'll post a link to it so you can get to it. This is the second video in the series, but the first one goes over kind of the more fundamental aspects of what we're doing here. Whereas this one is focusing more on the change in positions and what that entails. So now that they've joined my game, we brought that experience in, we're going to go back to the original game that we had all left, where we harvested the soulstone. Once we've joined up the game, the level 60 will leave, and once he's left, all three of us can get this experience, and we can join the new game that he's just created. So when he left and hit resume, nobody had talked to Adria yet, so the experience had not been brought in. So when he creates this new game, I'll just join it here, we'll still have the opportunity to bring in the experience. So now that that's in, that's one complete cycle. Like the last video, I will go ahead and do another cycle, as this is a relatively confusing process. So what happens in the first stage of the cycle, again, the level 60 will create a game and kill the boss. And because this is hell difficulty, we don't want to make it any more risky on our level 60 because he might die if we all joined his game. So we're all going to stay out of his game, which ensures that the bosses have less damage and HP. And as soon as he's killed the boss, he will send us all an invite to join his game. So I mean, an interesting thing to think about when you're doing power leveling is all about positioning and trying to keep it balanced. So say for example you have one level 60 and then 3 of your friends, you all start at level 1. Well, the person in first position, if he is always in first position, he's going to level up way faster than the other two, by a huge margin. As you saw in the last cycle, first position cleared 4 quests by the time I completed 1. So it's almost fourfold how much faster you gain experience in the first position. So it's important that all the players understand how to play all the positions, because with that you'll be able to stay balanced and all level up at the same time, so that when it comes time to jump to nightmare difficulty or hell difficulty, you'll all do it at the same time, and you don't have to, wait for somebody to play catch up. So it's really important that you understand how all the positions work, what your role is in all of those positions, and why I'll actually try to make videos covering your role in each one of those positions. So our level 60 has gone ahead, he's killed the boss, so now we're going to basically farm the hell out of this one completion. So my role as number 3 is to get the stone. So I just take his waypoint. He's probably already clicked on leave game and he waits the full 10 seconds. Ooh, he hasn't this time. But basically you take his banner and you wait for him to leave, and then it's the second he leaves you go and you grab that soul stone. So I'll just get myself in position here. He's left. Grab the soul stone, cancel the sequence. And then now that I've done that, number 1 and number 2 will leave the game. So now that they've left, we want to keep this game open because it's just ready to get the experience brought in. So as soon as someone clicks on Adria, the quest is completed. But I don't want to complete it yet. I want to wait for both number 1 and number 2 to complete their own quests and then join mine. But even if that's the case, I still have the ability to leave this game, hit resume, and start off right here with Adria ready to give me experience. So once these guys join, I actually want to leave this game. So as soon as I've left this game, I can create my own. So they've gone ahead, taken the quest experience in that last game, and I've opened up this new one for them to join and take this one as well. So now all 3 of us get this, and then we go ahead and we join the level 4's game. So level 60, or position number 4, when they killed the bosses originally, they had left the game before we grabbed the soul stone. So when they leave and hit resume, they're going to be at that exact same spot where they're basically sitting in front of the soul stone waiting for it to be farmed. So he's been sitting here waiting, and now that he's farmed it, we all have access again to hit Adria and get the experience. So in this instance, all 3 of us will create our own games while the level 60 waits in that one. So again, in third position, you're in one of the worst positions in terms of pulling in the quest experience and gold. So my role here in this part of the cycle is to wait for number 1 and number 2 to complete their quests. So number 1 will bring in his own game, join number 2's. Both of them will bring in their experience, and then both of them will join my game, and all 3 of us will get the experience once they've joined mine. So I'm just waiting for them to finish up in their games, and then they will join ours. It should only be a few seconds here. And while I'm waiting here, number 4, or the level 60, is in that original game where we had just harvested the soul stone. So he harvested it, and then we all left his game, and he waited there. So that game is still open, and as soon as we complete my game, we'll be joining his. And the interesting part, like just looking forward, is when we join his game, he will be able to leave it, and because all 3 of us are already in the game, it'll stay open. We can pull the experience and then join the new game that he creates afterwards. So after that pull-in, we will have completed the cycle. So in total, depending on what position, we bring in, he killed the boss once, but collectively we got to bring in the quest, about 8 times off just one boss kill. So it looks like these guys are just joining up now. They're both in the game, so we're safe to bring in the experience. And then we join our buddy, the level 60's game. He's been waiting very patiently, as have I. So once we join up, level 60, Duck here, he will leave the game. There we go. He's left. Safe to bring it in. Somebody just gained a level, which is awesome. And then the final game of the cycle is the fresh new game that level 60 has made by leaving the last one. And now that everyone's joined up, we complete the quest, and we get the experience. So there it is, guys. That's how you power level in Act 2. That was from position number 3. Please remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook, at Twitter, at facebook.com and twitter.com/DiabloGrinder, and of course at our website at www.diablogrinder.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.